That is the
Yeah,
solution.
we could try that, I guess.
I just clicked the go live button.
You
So
just stop. You just stop it.
we are live.
I think YouTube join as a participant. So that's the thing.
Yeah, YouTube
In
joins as a
Jitsi.
participant. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know why for anyone watching, why we have the whiteboard right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so welcome. We're going to talk about Sugar Labs, some of the things that we've done in the past that are AI related. We're going to get some context as to what AI is. And then we're going to look at this summer's projects and talk a little bit about what we're going to do over the summer, both AI related and not necessarily like AI related. And so this should be a good and insightful event for everybody. And so let's start with Safwan to give us a little bit of context as to what AI is. Safwan, it looks like you're muted, so if you could unmute yourself.
Okay. Is my voice audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I am Safwan Said, a pre-final year undergrad student and a member and a maintainer at Sugar Labs. Today, I'm excited to take you on a playful journey into the world of artificial intelligence. Whether you're a bright-eyed kiddo or a thoughtful parent or an enthusiast, today we will explore what AI really is, three simple types of AI, how AI works, and the sneak peek at Sugar Labs AI projects, which Ajit will be covering. So, by the end of this topic, you'll be inspired to try your own AI projects. So, what is AI? What is AI? So AI is considered like AI is concerned with extending the capacity of machines to perform functions that would be considered intelligent if performed by people. This is a quote given by Marvin Minsky, a cognitive and a computer scientist, the father of AI, basically. So what AI actually is it spots if I want to explain in simple terms, if you notice stripes on a zebra or letters that make your name, AI notices such patterns in pictures, words, or sounds. Then AI practices and gets better. It sees the pictures, analyzes them, and then it basically becomes better at it. AI also helps in making choice and giving advice, which, like for example, you can use for that as well. In short, AI is a humanity's attempt to mimic intelligence, and through this endeavor, we learn about learning and about ourselves. Okay, so what are the three types of AI? First is the narrow AI, second is the adaptive AI, and third is the generative AI. So, what actually is narrow AI? Narrow AI is basically a thing that experts at one special job. For example, if you open a camera app and it spots your smile, adds a silly sticker in real time. So that is narrow AI. Then we have adaptive AI, which watches you and learns and adjusts its lessons according to how you perform. Example is if there is a math game that notices that you're stuck in subtraction, it gives multiple extra practice questions so that we master subtraction. Then is generative AI. What actually is generative AI? Generative AI is like it specializes in multiple things like crafting stories, drawing pictures, or chatting with us. Example is if I tell AI to draw a dinosaur wearing a superhero cape, yes, it'll draw and give me a picture of that. And then if I tell it to give a bedtime story about a robot pirate, yes, it'll generate. That is generative AI. So how does AI work? How does AI work? First is by examples. It has learning patterns. Like, for example, if you see a cat, there are, for example, we have AI. Like by example, if you give an machine learning about a picture of a cat with pointy ears, whiskers, and then it analyzes them. And we give hundreds of pictures to it. It analyzes that, and then it says if it has pointy ears and whiskers, it basically is a cat. And then is by rules. If we give like if and then instruction, it is like for example, if it is dark, turn on the switch in the night light, such like that. And there are mixed methods like family apps that uses both of these AI by examples and then by rules. Okay, so next, the AI, we have upcoming projects in this summer, which Ajit will be covering this. And then, of course, AI is an AI isn't magic. It is an additional tool in the toolbox that we use to build and learn, play, and solve problems. By exploring Sugar Lab project together, you'll boost creativity, critical thinking, and confidence, and one fun experiment at a time. And we also have like how we can use AI in teaching and learning. So thank you for joining me on this adventure. I'd love to hear your questions, project ideas, or favorite AI discoveries. Let's explore together. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stefan. One thing I wanted to show was this. Let me turn the background off so that you can see the computer. So, can everyone see me?
Yes.
Yeah, this the feed to YouTube unfortunately is still focused on the whiteboard. I don't know exactly what to do about that. Pin to stage. Here, I'm going to pin myself to the stage and see if that undoes what's happening here. Okay, anyways, this might show up very small on the screen because of the way YouTube is grabbing the data. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can fix this.
Actually, was my screen visible? I could share your
Yeah,
screen.
your screen was visible. Yes. When someone shares their screen, then it changes the focus. But
what about now?
I'll find out in a second. But I'll presume that it is working. So this is in the one laptop per child laptop. I guess I don't know exactly what generation this is, but there's this chat bot here. And you could ask it questions like, how old are you? And actually right now it's in speak mode, but there's different modes you can put it in. If I click this light bulb, then I can put it I can put it in a mode where I can ask it questions. I am 8 years old. So it seems like I put it in slow mo. That's why it's talking slowly. You could ask the robot like, what's its name? And I've seen kids, play around with this. And keep in mind, these computers are, 2008, 2009. Here, I'm going to ask it, what's your name? Can't find the apostrophe, so excuse the grammar. Let us change the subject. So now, let us change the subject. Okay, let's do it. That's all right. What would you like to talk about? Wow. So you can have this conversation with this laptop. And as I was teaching kids, because I've been teaching some very young kids, like 5 and 6 years old, using um, these laptops, as many as I have them. Otherwise, just the latest version of the Sugar Learning desktop with young kids, and they played around with this and had a lot of fun with it. And I thought to myself, this is one of those types of AI that Safwan just described. Obviously, it's not running what came later, or at least was popularized recently, generative AI. It's not a large language model, but it does have some things happening that are anticipating what a kid would be putting in here, and responding to it. So that's been a lot of fun to think about, and just to kind of show that longer history that we have here at Sugar Labs. That it's not just we're not just following the hype, but we've got history of delving into this, and there's a deeper reason for that. So that was our interlude to the next topic, which Krish Pandey is going to lead.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So can you take us into the next topic?
Yeah, sure. So I will go over through what we did in Sugar Labs with AI and what we're planning and our progress from the last summer. So we had a lot of projects last summer as well regarding AI and LLMs, and we did some cool stuff that you guys might enjoy. So I'll start off with MusicBlocks AI. So it's basically a assistant or a helper in MusicBlocks which you can ask questions. So this was an AI initially called as the lesson planner or MusicBlocks AI as we call it. It will help you generate and help while learning MusicBlocks. Let's say you're confused about a widget or you want to learn a new song and you're confused about the chords. It'll help you where to go, how to start. Or let's say you're confused about, hey, how would I like go about making this song or what kind of mistakes I'm doing. It will help you and it can guide you. It's basically an LLM which can guide you through making your MusicBlocks project, or if you have any issues you can talk to it. So this is our first and one of the innovative projects that we did. You can go over through MusicBlock assistant.streamlit.app and like explore it yourself. So what I would recommend you doing is you can generate a lesson plan that everybody would like. You can basically have it ask, like as I've showed in the example, that hey, can you generate a Jingle Bells plan for me? So it'll let you know, and you can sit down for 1 hour and play with MusicBlocks, and you can basically it will help you explore MusicBlocks more. So our second project was audio to MIDI. So they're no in particular order, but so in MusicBlocks we have a feature of uploading your MIDI to have the MusicBlocks project. So now we wonder that, oh, you just heard a song and you want to actually play it on MusicBlocks. How would you go about doing it really fast? So there are models for this. And so Spotify open sourced their model of turning any audio file into MIDI. So we built around this application around that model, and here you have it. So basically you can record your own voice, sing the song, or let's say just play the song in your phone and have it recorded, and then it can give you the MIDI, which you can further go to MusicBlocks and upload that MIDI, and so now you have a project of your favorite song. This is a pretty cool thing to try, and it can help you just like kickstart any project or any song that you want, which you might not find on Planet. And let's say you build that project based on this MIDI and you upload it on Planet, and voila, you have a project that you really like a song about. And this is like the most currently worked on project, Sugar AI. It started off as PP, like from our PP assistant, which is just like a Python writing tool. So let's say some kids are writing Python and you're having difficulty on what is a dictionary. So you can just ask like Copilot, hey, what is a dictionary? And it will help you because it knows all the Python concepts. So this is our central server, or like the base for any activities that we have on Sugar. So we have a lot of activities, and this summer we have planned a lot of things that you'll see in this stream as well. And all of them kind of rely on Sugar AI having its capability to integrate with other activities. So we're currently building the pipeline and all of the infrastructure that we need to actually generate this kind of text or this JSON files with the information that we have around Sugar. So this is one of the examples that we did last year, that is integration with the Pipi. So you can now basically ask, hey, why is my code not working? And it will help you resolve that issue. And for developers who are trying to get into Sugar Labs and you're having some trouble, let's say you want to make an activity, but you're not actually understanding or maybe having some trouble, because that's what happens if you just get overwhelmed by a lot of code that is there on Sugar Lab. So we have Sugar Docs, which is of course something that you must read. But let's say you just went over, you just read it through, skimmed it through, but now you don't remember all of it. So you can go to this website and you can be like, hey, what was that thing? And it will help you leverage that because it has that information in itself. So you can basically ask, hey, how do I create an activity? And it will list you how to create an activity. It has sources, so you can basically go back to the source and actually read what it has written. Now, so this was the thing that we did from past summer to this summer. We have even more exciting projects coming up this summer, which I am personally very excited about, and you guys should also be more excited about. So as we have more projects, we'll deploy them as soon as possible, and we'll love your feedback. We will experiment with it, you will experiment with it, we will develop it more and more, and so we'll have a version that is perfectly usable by everybody else. And so this was the pipeline, or like this was the timeline that we had until now. So last year on GSOC we did some projects based on like around fall and winter. We kind of integrated with our Sugar Labs and other things that we use right now, and we deployed it and we'll test it now. This year's project, we hope to do it even sooner. So kudos to people who are working on it, and best of luck. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Krish, for that presentation. And we're excited to keep working with you over the summer. And this, I think, is a nice segue into the last part, led by Ajit, who's going to introduce some of those projects that we have over the summer. And we have some of the contributors who will be leading those projects, along with their mentors. So Ajit, if you can share your screen. And your presentation.
Yeah, just a second.
So while you're doing that, looks like Jitsi is still sharing the whiteboard. And I hate to pick on you, Diwangshu, but it looks like it's yours. But so one of us has to put in I think a bug report after this, because I think this is definitely unexpected behavior. But if you want to draw something, Diwangshu, while we're waiting, everyone can see it. Oh, actually, now
okay.
I see a few names here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So hi everyone, my name is Ajit, and I have prepared a list of AI projects that we are going to do this summer, and also we will be talking about those projects briefly and how they are going to impact to Sugar Labs overall. So I'm sharing my screen, and I will be sharing a PPT with that. Okay, so can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so first of all, this is the second year we are going to have AI projects in Sugar Labs, and they will be in various aspects like music, coding, and math activities across music blogs and Sugar. So there are a bunch of new projects as well this year, and we will be talking about those later. So here is a project that is a color sensor for music blogs. So this project, This project is basically related to before starting, just one thing. I mean, I will be filling the gaps of the contributors who are not available here right now. So I will be checking if there is a contributor of this project here is on or not, and then I will be proceeding with the introduction of that project. So uh, I I think that the contributor of color sensor for music blocks is not there. So I will be just describing the project. So this project is basically that detect the colors from the image, from an input image and webcam streams. So image part is comparatively easy
Ajit,
to implement, but the streaming,
please go to
right?
the next slide.
Am I audible?
Yes, can you go to the next slide, please?
Yeah, this one.
It's not. It might not be showing your slideshow. It is showing the first page.
Uh, okay. Just give me a second.
There.
I need to open it. Okay. So this was an old one, and I need to just a second. Uh, okay, I guess this one was.
I've noticed that if you put it in presentation mode, it sometimes doesn't show the presentation. So the best bet
Uh,
is to.
okay,
Oh, there. I can see color sensor for music blocks
I
now.
guess. Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay,
It's
so
okay.
I was
Go
here.
ahead.
Uh, so this project was this project is related to building and basically implementing a feature so that detect the color and of the input image and the web cam streams. And also, I mean, that the detection would be real time. So basically, all the pixels that will change on the screen, it will detect in real time. Uh, Mostly not it will not contain the processing part. It will be processing it real time. So also, it will have support accessibility like Lego music notation for the blind people or the people who have disability in seeing the colors. Next, we have AI-powered music blocks debugger, and we have the contributor who is going to implement this project. So I would like to invite Om to talk in this to talk to this project. So Om, it's up to you.
Oh yeah. So hi everyone. Uh, can you still present? I'm unable to see your screen, Ajit. Hello.
Okay, just a second. I
Please
I'm
keep your screen shared.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Great.
So for this project, I had been selected as a GSOC contributor this year, and in the summer, I will be going to make this project fully functionable, and I'll try my best to do that thing. The idea of this project came to my mind when we are on our bi-weekly meet and someone just got stuck with his project, and it's the very simple issue. Like he was he has doesn't implemented all the blocks under the start stack, so the music is not playing and something like that. So this thing strikes me that we should have something like called a debugger or something, a chatbot type of thing integrated into music block, which can help the users to debug their project in the music block itself, rather than going towards any of the large language models like LLM, OpenAI or DeepSeek, something like that. So it's better to have our own one. So I propose this idea, and we are going to build this one in this summer. So
Thank you, Om, for describing the project and the that how we are going to how this project is going to impact Sugar Labs. And after that, we have a project called Generative Instrument Samples. So this is a project that will help us to generate music samples using AI. So, and how will I mean the advancement of AI has made it pretty easy for us to experiment with the sample generation. I mean, it's still a new project, and I would say a new concept in musical creation, because before that we have not worked with audio generation. We mostly worked with text generation and lesson plans generation. We did not went into the audio generation, but still it's a better concept to experiment. In this project, what we are planning to do is we basically planning to generate audio samples from audio from text prompts, and sometimes even audio inputs as well. So audio to audio architecture. And this project is going to give us more context and especially the learning experience, so that we don't have to put I mean, create the. We do have instruments that generate the samples, but again, AI would be a great enhancement in this case. After that, uh, we have a code generation, AI code generation, and lesson plans and model abstraction layer project. So this is a project that I proposed, and the idea behind this project was to have a project so that it can generate the code blocks along with lesson plans. Currently, there are a bunch of need of improvements in the lesson plan, like the context, the lack of context, the lack of code awareness, and also the lack of ability to help a user in creating a good project. So this is a project that I propose to mitigate all those weaknesses and improve it for further. And one more thing in that this project aimed to implement was adding a model abstraction layer. So, I mean, in just weeks, we see a new improvement in LLMs or AI models. In order to catch that speed of improvement, I proposed an idea to add an model abstraction layer. So basically, in this, you can see there is a layer. There will be a layer between the user application and the model, and the model that will help us to generate code snippets. So what will happen is, whenever there is a new model, we can just swap the model, and then we can use the same user application without needing an explicit upgrade. So this is the project that is going to uh, improve upon these points. After that, we have a AI reflection prompts and a learner engagement project. So I would like to invite if Nick is here, in case of no, so he is not here. So I would like to brief about this project. So this is a project that is basically for a for a for a user to reflect upon what they have learned. So basically, currently, whenever they do an activity or whenever they make an project, it end up with an form, basic raw form. So instead of doing that, why not just have a basically chatbot, or let's say have a window where you can where it asks you questions that what did you learn and how did you do that, what kind of challenges you faced, and how did you overcome it. So these are the questions that basically help a user to reflect what they did throughout the journey, and that really helped them to learn better and also to take away some lessons for the next learning iteration. So this really helped for a project like Music Blocks that of that that has a mission on learning. So, when it comes to learning, the reflection is the key ingredient for a user to learn. So, this is the project that is going to focus on the reflection part of the learning, and it will be great to see such project in action. Okay, so after that, we are having a right activity. So, I mean, this is the activity that is used to, I would say, most of the time in sugar. And though I'm not very familiar with sugar, but still I do know with my friends that they use right activity, and also this next activity that we are going to talk about, the speak activity. So, but the thing is, so far in right activity, there was no feedback. There was no feedback for the text, and also there was no feedback for the grammar, and that was a problem for us because we didn't know that what could be a better text in this right activity. Also, this project aims to build in-house Grammarly basically for the right activity, so that the user can get a feedback on their grammar as well as their overall overall writing, overall text they have written, so that know what can be improved and what can be a better version of their writing. So this project aims to build Grammarly for our sugar write activity. In the next lineup, we have chatbot in speak activity. So this project is basically designed for the young learners to okay. So this project is basically used for the learners for feedback, and also, I mean, so that they can, I mean, this is a speak activity, so they can put the, I mean, whatever
So
they,
we, Ajit, we have Mebin here. So Mebin, how about you present what the speak
okay,
activity is
okay.
about?
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry for that. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, so hi, I'm Mebin. I'm a first year CSE student, and over the summer, I'll be working on this project, which is refactoring the existing Speak activity, which is a very popular activity, which Devin had showed in the starting, to use generative AI in the chatbot, along with a text to speech model for the voice. So the so like Devin said, we've always had this feature, but with the recent improvements in Gen AI, it makes more sense and creates a better learning experience if generative AI was sort of incorporated into the activity. How it can improve the learning experience is, say, for example, a concept of having the persona of a teacher or a guider, right? Where that could be possible when you use an LLM. So, say, for example, I ask it, okay, there's a good example here itself. It says, right, how should I learn algebra? So, here typically where it would just give out a response, if you had a LLM model like what we're going to do, it could also prompt certain actionable items and um, guide it in a certain way. And also the voice, so we could, we're planning to use a text to speech model that sounds more natural, and I think the kids would better enjoy that. So that's pretty much what we with generative AI in the chatbot for the speak activity.
Thank you, Mavin, for the great explanation. And so moving on to the next one, that is Python debugger. So for in PP activity, so basically this is a similar as what OM is working on, but this is for PP activity. So the code that we will be writing, this is a debugger. So basically what we will be doing is that it will debug in a step-by-step process, and it will also give feedback to the user that what might be wrong. So, and not all the times it will just throw out a solution, but it will give hints that is a way better from the learning perspective. and it will give the user hints about what may be wrong, and have you checked that, have you checked that, something like that. So this way it will build a great questioning ability for the user, and it will be really helpful for the user to debug the projects with the first principles. So if I move on to the next one, so this is last one we have in our list, and this is AI powered math games. So obviously math is the core of Sugar Labs and Music Blocks too. So this is a project that there are a bunch of new projects as well, and this is one of the project that is going to be developed uh, with AI. So what this project will do is basically this project will be used for recognizing a pattern between numbers. So a user will give some sort of numbers to AI, and AI will predict it. So if AI is wrong, then the user is going to correct that no, it's not like that, but the correct answer is that. So what will happen is going to happen is that AI is going to learn the pattern, and we will be able to see that how AI can classify and recognize new patterns in a math game. So we have some bunch of other projects too, and this is one of the projects that we are going to uh, implement through during the implementation of this project. Yeah, so that was all from my side. Thank you so much.
I'm actually going to check the application to see if it's actually an AI powered math games. I know it is a math games, but we do have like somehow skipped over Diwangshu. Diwangshu, can you just real quick, and can you reshare that presentation? And Diwangshu, can you just tell us AI tools for reflection, what you'll be doing this summer? And then after
Yeah,
Diwangshu, we can go on to Shibam.
Yeah, just a second. Let me. Okay, here we go.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ajit. About the AI tools for reflection. So Music Blocks, as we all know, it's an educational platform, and generative AI has promised a lot of things regarding when it comes to making projects and generating notes. But when it comes to learning or about the verification that if someone has learned something or not, I think reflection is the best way to do it. And that's why in Sugar Labs, uh, we are trying to implement a reflection learning tool. So this will help every student to learn fast and in a more methodical way, which will be a more smarter approach as well. So I will be. So my idea is to build a Q&A session where the LLM powered reg application will ask thought-provoking questions to the students. It will target their creativity, their technical approach. So overall, it will force the user to think deeper, and that way we can um uh, help them to in their reflection learning. And after that, it would summarize everything, whatever the conversation they had with the AI. So that's the idea, and I will do my best to implement this. So yeah, thank you.
Great. And I just noticed that Wadea joined us, and Wadea is the one working on the math games. So Wadea, can you tell us what math games are? And I did just see that, yes, there are some AI sorting activities in there, just like it says right here on the slide.
Okay, hello. Sorry for entering the meeting late. I was outside the home, so sorry for that.
Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing with math games this summer.
Okay, so basically the idea to develop 9 math games This is well strengthen the skills of the children to grasp some concepts, some of Rubik Cube, some of the game like Sudoku or something. Some also using AI for classifying images or predicting the next number of sequence of numbers. And that's يعني any question I would answer.
How do you hope that kids will learn from doing these activities?
Okay, so when you try to play Sudoku, for example, the game on the screen, it will develop the problem solving skill of your mind to combinations and permutations of number. If I put one here, so one wouldn't be good if I put it in the same row and same column. So I have to think where to put it. Uh, Also with game of Rubik Cube. Rubik Cube is a very good game. Actually, I am I am 22 years old and I can solve it. So I will learn how to solve it first. I think it's a challenging game to make use their minds. Not enough be passive or to watch a cartoon or something.
Great. And then let's go on to Shabam. And if you don't mind, Ajit, can you go back to the slide that
Okay.
has
I'm sorry for that.
the Lego?
Okay. I can go. Just a second. Okay. Okay. So this one. Okay. Here we go.
We're going to be working for the Color Sensor for Music blocks this summer. And basically, this project is one of those projects that has not much to do with AI. It's basically, I'll be developing a software, a sort of a thing, an interface where basically it's for the blind children to play around with. So, for an example, imagine a pianist. He has like a book on his piano in which notes are written and all that. So he can play it like that. But since someone who's blind won't actually be able to interact with the notes, he won't be actually be able to deal with how basically reading that stuff. I will be building an interface where basically a person can use Lego blocks in order to, I mean, use Lego blocks in order to like somewhat interact around with the notes and all that. So, for example, y-axis is going to be the how high or low your pitch is going to be. Lower ones for the lower pitch and high for high. And the x-axis is going to be the duration of the notes it's going to be played. And we'll be basically mapping the notes alongside that. And yeah, the project is going to be in computer vision, and it's going to be an interesting one. This is one of the projects in which AI is not going to be used much. So yeah, that's the project that I'm building this summer.
Great. I just want to add on to that and keep the presentation right here. Okay, so the basic idea of this summer's project is that right now with music blocks, which is just a visual programming language for music, the glyph, and in this image, that glyph is the mouse, the four mice that are facing towards the right. They can see things that they've drawn, but they cannot see things that, like images, static images like this, that are displayed on the screen. And so we are going to, together with Shabam, we're going to enable these mice to be able to see those things, which is going to help it read something like what you see here, Lego notation. And then that Lego notation can in turn create music blocks notation within music blocks. And so that gives us a few things, like what Shabam said. It does give us the opportunity to make a kind of, Braille Lego notation that, this you can take a photo or a video feed, and then it can interpret that Lego notation, and then you can hear the musical result from that. You can also import it into music blocks, which is really great. And so I've been calling that Legos for the Blind, but it's also something that could really help really young learners have a tactile environment to start, doing,
That's right.
programming
You
and music.
Thank you so much, Devin, for explaining it. You explained it a lot more better than I did, and also this activity that the color sensor for music blocks. It's been the the color sensor is also in the future going to might be able to help build a lot many other activities as well. I believe that since me and Devin had a discussion about this, we'll we'll try to see what we can do with this feature in the future as well. It has a lot of scope in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you presented first, but you haven't yet talked about your project, which is Music Blocks 4. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Okay. So basically, my project is about music for engine execution. My project is to build an engine that basically parses the trees, and then in music blocks we have notes, blocks, and all that stuff, which is in the form of trees, and then we need to build a complete engine for parsing all that in trees, AST nodes, and all that stuff, and then execute it in line wise. And then in also if there are multiple start action blocks, how it works, the concurrency and stuff. That is my project, building an execution engine.
Great. And then Krish, GTK4?
Yeah, so my project is basically expanding. It's not related to AI, but it's expanding what our current infrastructure is, which is built on GTK3 to GTK4, and we'll explore how different kind of enhancement that could be done in our toolkit so that next generations of like our OS and the whole Sugar toolkit and every activity that requires it is more stable in the future, because GTK3 is kind of on the edge of deprecation.
Yeah, that's a very important project for us. Can you do me one favor?
Yeah.
And go back to your browser window and then go to our YouTube channel, YouTube Sugar Labs channel.
Okay, so
Here, I'll just send you the link in the chat.
okay.
Yeah, just go to this link.
Okay. So it is live in 6 days.
Yes.
May 16th.
So, yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone who presented today. I want to congratulate the list of Google Summer of Code contributors that were selected so far, and also all of the contributors that made efforts. Even as far back as I think August, I heard some folks started really early, and just really great work, everybody. Don't give up. There's still DMP, and there's also there's a lot of other opportunities to contribute, and continue contributing for Sugar Labs and learning a lot. So I just wanted to give everyone watching this a heads up that we kind of glossed over these things today. We took a broad, scope of, what is AI. We'll get a little bit deeper into that, I think, next week as well, as we explore the role of generative AI in education. We have a guest speaker, Ken Kahn, who wrote this book, The Learner's Apprentice. Here, I've got to turn off my network in order to get this thing to work. I forgot where the button is, but anyways, oh yeah, select background and then no background. Okay, so Ken Kahn is going to be, talking about his perspective on generative AI and its role in education. We'll be asking, some questions around, ethics, privacy, even like, whether or not, this is, a fruitful venture at all. In what ways would it be? In what ways might it not be? What sorts of things might, be dead ends, for example. So if you're interested in those topics, and I really hope that, that you can take some time to join the conversation 1 week from today, same location on our YouTube channel here. And we'll be exploring, all these topics and more, just trying to get a better understanding of where we're at right now, and where we want to be going forward. What sorts of tools do we as Sugar Labs want to be creating for teaching and learning as we go forward into the future. So again, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone who joined, and with that, goodbye, and I hope to see everyone in 1 week. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Sorry.
Thank you,
Not a
everyone.
nice day.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.